Thank you very much, Honorable Junet. Our party leader, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, the chairman of the party, other party leaders present, members of parliament, parliamentary group of the Orange Party, ladies and gentlemen, it's good I came early to know that I should not add all protocols observed. After saying ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Baba, it's really refreshing to be here once more, standing from this side. I was so used to being part of the PG, at one point leading the team for 5 years, courtesy of your generosity. And I am also very proud that for the 20 years that ODM is going to celebrate its existence, I have been chair for 50% of that period. 1st November 2014 to 6th of July 2024. So Baba, thank you very much for granting me that opportunity and the entire membership of ODM. I know that time is running up and where we are, we now need to go for a lunch, and Baba has not spoken. And sometimes numbers and figures can really be boring, especially at this time. So I will really be careful and use my political experience to make this engagement a bit interesting and summarize issues so that I don't go into the details of numbers which may make you tire up. But Millie asked me to talk something, or mention something about rapid response team that we had in the 10th Parliament. I remember when we came in, it was a grand coalition government. And that time, at one point, things were okay. But then later, as we were progressing, we started losing some of our membership out of the political atmosphere or environment then. When the deputy party leader, Musalia, started indicating that he was forming his party. And then, of course, the other deputy party leader, William Ruto, also had started drifting away. And so we found ourselves in very complicated situation, given that we were sharing that government where our the prime minister was actually our party leader. And so we quickly came together as young, vibrant members of parliament then, and we were a critical team, and we formed ourselves into a team that was monitoring what was happening in terms of legislation, in terms of proposals and policies that were coming, and we could interrogate, and we assigned ourselves. When it came to matters legal, we knew Millie, Babu Namwamba, and we also had even Olagwa Luoch in the team, were looking at matters legal. Matters economy was left for us, myself, and Martin Ogendo, the former MP for Rangwe. And so, but we also had backup of other MPs, and we could respond to issues instantly. So there was no time you could catch ODM unawares on the floor of the House. And that is what I would encourage, that even here, I know usually ODM has the human resource that is required. Actually, we pride ourselves of having that human capital that no other political party ever has. So just organize yourselves in a group. You don't have to be many. You just have to be a critical number which can come, which can interrogate issues that come to the floor of the House. That is what RRT was all about. And I think we were successful. Baba here was very proud of us, and I'm sure Kenyans were. So let me quickly run us through the economy, and I'm going to really be brief and summarize. The number one, if you look at this, the bar charts there, the figures you see around there, it's just showing you the world economy, how it is. The world economy has grown on average at about 3.5%. From 2020, when we had the COVID, you can see it's hovering around that. In fact, in 2020, we had recession. For a long time, this is the first time that we had economic recession. And then you can see the major economies. You can see what has been happening in the advanced economies in terms of economic growth, 1.8, 1.8, 1.5, 1.6. This shows you that from 2023, there has been economic slowdown in the global economy. And you can see the USA, you can see Euro area, Japan, and we have picked out China among the emerging and developing economies. I still don't know why we are categorizing China as an emerging economy. Actually, I think it should move to advanced economy. India has been registering the highest economic growth. When you come to Africa, you can see the average growth is 3.644, then we project 4.4% and 4.3%. South Africa, which is the leading African economy in terms of size, you can see the economic growth. Nigeria, which is also up there as number 3 in terms of size, is 2.9, 3.4, 3.4, 3.2. Kenya has actually taken off, bypassed Ethiopia to number 6 this year, but you can see we grew at 5.7, 4.7 last year because of the challenges that we faced. We are projecting an economic growth of about 4.8 to 4.9% this year, and then next year we project to grow at 4.9 conservatively. And then this is just, again, emphasizing the same. I have put there, if you want this presentation, it can be provided to you. I've put there, if you see that cycle, it is showing the contribution to our GDP in terms of the sectors. Agriculture sector is still contributing 22.5%. I want you to move down and see manufacturing sector is at 7.3. At one point, it was contributing 12.6% of our GDP. We want it back there because no economy has ever advanced without manufacturing sector performing at over 10%. And so with this 7.3, we are not doing very, very well. This other side, we're just showing the economic growth for the first quarter of this year, how the economy, the various sectors have grown in the first quarter of 2025. And you can see the growth there. I think I can move fast, unless you want me to be slow a bit. Can I move to the next slide? Now, the graph that we have here is about inflation. Inflation is important because it is what reflects the cost of living. And you can see that inflation was what has its peak around October 2022. And then February also 2023 at around 9.6%. But it has come down to now, there was a time it hit almost 2.7%. 2.7% was very close to the lowest that inflation should go. Because if it goes below 2.5%, then obviously that economy cannot expand. So inflation, the lower inflation has merit and demerit. You have to be careful. But Kenya, we have chosen 2.5 to 5%. And you can see we are still within that range. So today, the latest data, August, 4.5% is the inflation rate. I have just given a table of what prices of essential commodities have been. I was avoiding 2022 because I didn't want to politicize my presentation. And look at November 2023, you can see the prices of essential commodities from sugar, maize meal, and maize flour, and maize, potatoes. There's also electricity cost, which drives the economy, petrol. You can see they were higher in November 2023, but eased in 2024. Right now, they're again a bit elevated, but compared to 2024, August, we are still almost having the same pricing. Again, this is the interest rates. On the interest rates, I want